thanks for being here, buddy.
Oh, no problem, man. I'm glad we could do this early, because, you had something to do, and I was also thinking about coming in earlier. I mean, wanting to do it earlier, too.
Just a typical guy, always wanting to come early.
No, you don't want to come early. It just happens.
Well, depending on the night.
Yeah. Well, you ever come too soon and you don't know what to say? You're like
Story of my life.
Yeah. So you gotta tell them something like it's just so good, girl. I don't know what to tell you. It's just so good, and
I think it was like David.
I don't think that works.
I think David Tell did it like once. I think it was. I want to. Maybe I misremember, but David Tell had a bit where he's like, "If you ever come too soon, like just whisper into your ear, go, to be continued."
I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I don't even know what it means, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. Hey, I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat.
What's up, guys? New episode Unloading Meat. I am your host, Jared Ralphie Allen, and today on the show we have returning guest, the one, the only, Mauricio Flores. What's
How
up,
we doing,
Mauricio?
y'all? I'm good.
Welcome back, buddy.
Returning guest.
We haven't been talking for like 30 minutes off camera, and we forgot to fucking do an intro.
Exactly. Returning guest.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. All right.
You're only like
Some of you never been here once. Returning guest. I'm sorry.
It's like you got like 3 more to catch up to Juju.
Yeah. We're going to do a Christmas special. Cinco de Mayo special.
Yep.
Latino Pride Month special.
I mean, I could delay this and put it out in May if you want to.
Right when none of the things we say are relevant. How we doing? I'm glad
we're
to
gonna
be
start talking
here.
about Trump tariffs, and in a month it's just like, whoa.
Oh. It's like, they're over now.
Yeah. we both had like a depression second. We're like, we wish.
Yeah. It's like, welcome, guys. This is the last time you're gonna see the set. Jared's gonna have to sell it all.
It just turns into a bunker
to make a living after the tariffs.
Yeah, you're gonna start seeing the tariffs in action. That's just like the slowly.
Slowly, we're just gonna get rid of this stuff. So I'm like, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take a couple of them now.
Yeah.
So
and then it just slowly the show just turns into every other podcast.
You know what? I'm actually have the same birthday as Taylor Swift.
I'm sorry.
I know. I know. Like the exact same day, same year, same everything. So one time I was at the hospital.
Hey, if you ever get mad, you just need to shake it off. Shake it off.
So one
That
time,
was a good segue. That was a good one. You know it.
One time I was at the hospital, right? I wasn't feeling too good. My check engine came on. And
At the hospital? Is that how Latinos work? Do you have a check engine light on yourself?
Well, that's what I call it. I call it, if I don't feel too well, I feel like my check engine's coming on, all right? And then, so I went to the hospital. I wasn't feeling too well. And, I guess this nurse was just, a fan of Taylor Swift. And she tells me, you have the same birthday as Taylor Swift. Do you know that? I'm like, yes, I know this for a few years. Thank you. You must be her biggest fan. I'm like, how does that make any sense?
I know. It's like my birthday's July 20th. That's the same day as the moon landing with Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
Does it make me obsessed with NASA? Oh my god, I'm nutting to the fucking moon landing.
I looked at her and I was like, how does that make any sense? But she was gonna put some IV on me, so I shut up. I didn't want to be bleeding out. Oh, okay, you hate Taylor Swift then. You know how crazy they get?
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever watched this show called Swarm?
No.
On Prime. Prime. Okay. So it's pretty much they don't say names because I guess they don't want to get sued. And it's by you know who directed it? Childish Gambino.
Oh, Donald Glover.
Yeah. He directed it. He put it all together, and it's pretty much like this obsessed fan that goes on a killing spree.
Okay.
Whenever people don't like Queen Bee in the show, which is a metaphor for Beyonce.
Yeah.
And apparently it's based on two true stories.
Wow.
Like real things. There's actually crazy fans that have killed people over that.
Well,
Clearly they
Selena.
haven't.
Why did I have to do Selena? Between the two of us.
Because you're racist.
I know.
You have a Mexican
Hashtag fuck
daughter.
Yolanda.
Oh, I'm glad she didn't get out.
Yeah.
I'm glad she didn't get out.
See, I still know her name.
Yolanda Soldiver. Wherever you are.
Okay, you know the full name, okay?
Yolanda
it's not racist if you actually know the full name.
Where's the camera? Where's the camera?
Both
Yolanda Soldiver. Rotting Yale. Oh, shit. Oh, damn.
It's not racist if that's true.
Rot in jail. You killed the queen. She could have been bigger than Beyonce right now. But we're here listening to her new country album, and that sucks. I said what I said. Fuck you.
We're not going to cancel by the Swiftie fans. We're going to cancel by the Yolanda fans, I guess.
Oh, I'm pretty sure she has a lot of fans. Nah, I don't think she has.
I mean, she can't have as many fans as the fucking Menendez brothers. I'm buying merch from them.
Oh, Melendez brothers.
Yeah.
Going back to that. Ladies. The guys from the show, they're not the ones in jail.
Yeah.
The guys from the show, they're out living their best life. You don't want the Melendez brothers out. Stop it. Stop lying to yourself. Have you looked at them recently? No.
Did you see my latest merch that's on the set?
Where's it at?
It's right here on the right here.
Oh, you did show it to me. Yeah, yeah. They're in the background, right?
Yeah.
How much was that? I mean,
It was only $10.
Oh, okay.
You could buy them on eBay really quick. I actually thought of like buying like 500 of them and like giving them away as like podcast guest gifts. Like, hey, thank you for coming on. Here's some Menendez Brothers card.
So you mean I could have came here today? I could have left here with a Melendez Brothers basketball card.
Yeah.
And you didn't order it?
I'm not made of money yet. I need sponsors, guys.
Any sponsors?
If you want me to buy more Menendez Brothers merch, make sure to sponsor us now.
Any sponsors, even local sponsors, will help at this point.
But like, I love the history of that card because like it's like the funniest fucking thing of merchandise I've ever heard in my life. Of like, basically, it's like around the time of like their killing spree, their shopping spree. It's after the death.
Yeah.
And they're just courtside with the Knicks.
Dude, okay. So, did you watch the show?
Yeah.
Did you watch the show?
Yeah.
Did you watch the show? Sorry, I'm. Okay, I want to talk
I started on.
I want to talk like if I'm not on the microphone. I need to be clear.
You're good.
Okay, so what do you think about it?
I started on the documentary and then I switched over to the fucking like Ryan Murphy like show because it was way better.
It was good.
It's good.
It was good.
That scene.
A little kind of sad.
That scene in the jail where he's confessing to the lawyer and he's just crying, like the younger brother. That and it's just like one take of like a 10-minute shot where there's just like he's just like tearing up, just talking about the whole thing. That was really good, and like a lot of it was like, I mean, it's really well done. I didn't like the incest angle they kind of threw in there for reasons. Even the brothers said that never happened. The brothers like, we never did that.
Well, it's Netflix. What do you want?
Yeah.
They had to add it on. It's like in their clause.
Well, it's Ryan Murphy, the guy behind Glee and American Horror Story and all those shows.
Oh, yeah.
So like he's very like gay and LGBT forward. So it's like, well, they can throw a little dash of that in there. It's alleged.
Yeah, I mean, okay, fine. You can have your scenes and let's have something for everybody, but does every show have to have that?
I don't know.
Yeah, like one time I was watching the Netflix El Chapo show, and I'm just like, okay, so what does this gay relationship have to do with drug dealing? I mean, as long as they're happy, whatever, right? But now I go back to like, did that really happen though? Did that really happen? I want facts. I want facts.
They had the El Chapo show on there, and they had that like Narcos. Narcos is a great show on
it was
Netflix.
Great. Yes,
even Narcos Mexico is really good.
Yeah, I love it.
There are some things in there where you're like, did that happen? Like, it's like, how do they know those relationships happen like that? It's like,
yeah. Well, the thing about Narcos Mexico, a lot of it, the timeline doesn't make sense. They just kind of move the timeline around to make it a show.
Yeah.
So like a bunch of like. Some killings that the important ones and the whole going to jail thing. Some of those things happen before or after the fact. They didn't happen like in that order they presented.
Well, it's just like the original show Narcos, which is phenomenal. I love that show. That's one of the main shows that Pedro Pascal got to start on.
I have a message for you. måste komsten få komsten fyrit den stan. Isten sunten dia shitum komisten. Isten.
Don't do that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the guy that played the main
He's Richard. He's now Richard from the Fantastic Four this year.
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's Reed Richards. But the guy that plays, I think his name is Hal Holbrook or something like that. The main guy that plays the white cop that goes down to Central America to help Pablo Escobar. In real life, once Escobar was dead, he was gone. And they kept him around for another season. And they kind of just made his character stay down there for a while to go to season 2. And it's like, he didn't really do that. And they actually had the actual guy as a consultant on the show. And he just, even himself was like, well, I wasn't here. Like,
creative purposes.
Yeah.
Let's
creative licensing.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, but it kept the guy on the show for a while.
Yeah.
So, more
Get that
jobs.
payday.
Jobs.
Yep. Jobs.
Bring back actor jobs.
Check out the brand new luxurious UnloadingMeat.com, your one-stop shop for all things meat.
Oh, so by the way, we're talking about the Menendez brothers, the show, because that's what we do when two guys are just talking about shows they love.
Yeah, when two guys just want to catch up, we just start chatting about the Menendez brothers. That's what it's to do.
Going back to it, ladies, again, you don't want the Menendez brothers out. The actors from the show, they're free and they're living their best life.
Yeah.
You are like blinded by the show.
And those were good looking guys. Like, have you seen the actual Menendez brothers? Like, he had a hairpiece for a reason when he was like 20. Like the dude was bald at like 18.
Dude, that was so crazy. The whole staples and shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man.
And he's like washing his hairpiece in the toilet and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Vanity, man.
Now, it makes me wonder if the actual dad make him get it. Or was that just part of the show?
That was the most fascinating thing with me about the show and like the whole story. Like, we're gonna have to talk about fuck it. The whole episode is gonna start with Menendez brothers shit. Like, I'm talking about this with another comedian locally. That like the most fascinating thing I found on it that they didn't really touch on too much was when they got to the defense of like the parents and stuff. They couldn't find one character witness for the dad. One. He was a multi-millionaire, owned several companies. It was in the music industry, tennis, everything. They couldn't find an employee or any of the extended Latino family to say one nice thing for him or agree to be a character witness on stand for him ever.
For him, okay.
They couldn't find one.
So he was really a monster.
He was really a monster and a piece of shit. And from everybody's opinions, even the workers and people that worked for him was like, he was a ruthless asshole. Which he was a corporate, businessman. Like, that's kind of what he was. But like, I'm not excusing what he did. But like, it's kind of like it stood out to me as like they couldn't find one guy on the payroll.
See, that's the thing though. Not even
his mother.
Not even because they paid you. He paid you for so long. You could say something nice about him.
But I'm just saying, like, his family is alive. The family supported the sons, and like you have like his extended family, like the dad's like brothers and stuff like that and stuff. They didn't want to testify that he was an all right guy. Not at all. Not once.
Well, I only
he didn't buy the car once or something.
I only watched the show, so that's what I'm going off of.
Yeah, I will say though,
because I have no time to research.
Yeah,
it's all about feelings, not facts here.
And then no matter whatever you think about whatever they did, they still went back to the car and reloaded for the mom. They were like, "Yeah, we're not done. Gotta reload." Like, that's the part where I'm like,
yeah. Maybe they could have been like, Mom, let's get out of here. Let's just, do this for us.
In an alternate reality, they would have set it like a Chewbacca fucking lanyard with shotgun shells right there. They would have had him right there.
Okay,
and we wouldn't have the story.
Well, he made a good show, though.
Yeah.
Maybe they should let them out. I don't know.
They get out, and then, like, day one, they get shotgun down.
Karma. Yeah. Should they let them out? I don't know. Leave it in the comments. Should they go free? Should the Menendez brothers go free? Leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let us know.
Like and
subscribe. Brothers go free?
Like and subscribe, please.
I mean, if OJ can get out for a while.
Oh, yeah, he got out, huh? And that's the thing. He had a pretty good show too on
Yeah.
FX when they make the whole. You watched that
Mm-mm.
the O.J. Simpson?
Oh
show?
wait, yeah, the People versus OJ. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it was
Was
called.
Cuba Gooding Jr. as OJ?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that was like that made me like hate the American justice system so much because like they made such a big deal of, like her getting a perm and stuff like that.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
the lawyer,
Uh-huh.
the female lawyer. They made it about her and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and like that was what caused.
Well,
all
that's the
shit.
same thing they did with the Melendez brothers too. Like on the last few episodes, they made that lawyer look nuts.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe she is, but see, that's the thing though. They had that's what I like about the show. They didn't go one side.
yeah,
They still left you wonder. They still left you to wonder what you think.
yeah. I do agree with that. Then like, but they do. I will say though, they do kind of heavy-hand it though, because like there's that famous scene in that show of Johnny Cochran getting pulled over, and his kids are in the car. Do you remember what I'm talking about? There's a scene, it's like one of the last episodes where they show a flashback and they show Johnny Cochran, the black lawyer, the famous black lawyer, and he gets pulled over by a police officer and he gets detained and pulled out and he's basically getting racially profiled for driving and his two kids are in the car and he's trying to be cool and calm during the thing. And they were trying to show like, yeah, he was racially profiled, so that's what influenced everything. And they were trying to show like this little story. And I'm like, I get that, but it's still Johnny Cochran. Like, people have their own opinions of him. That could be one part of what influenced him, but you're kind of putting it on heavy-handed because that had nothing to do with the O.J. Simpson thing or anything like that. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, back in the 80s one day, he got pulled over. But we're going to make a big deal about it right before we go to have him testify and stuff.
Oh man. I mean,
It was an emotional manipulation a little bit.
right. But it goes back to like.
They wanted you to be sympathetic to Johnny Cochran, so they had to show a made-up story where he got pulled over, which, I mean, I'm sure it happened.
right. But but also you gotta think about it. Damn, I don't want to get serious now. All right. But you also gotta think about it. You know, there's a lot of injustice. Pulled over, and Latinos and the black community get pulled over for no reason sometimes.
Oh, I completely agree.
And
I was just saying, like, them doing that to Johnny Cochran in, like, the 80s, showing a flashback to that had nothing to do with, like, him representing OJ in the present.
no, it has nothing to do with that.
It was just
Nothing
him
to
putting
do
it in the
with
show to, like, be emotional, like, hijack and make you feel sympathy for Johnny Cochran, the lawyer. That's why they were doing it.
it. Yeah, that's
Same thing
nuts.
they kind of did in the Menendez brothers. They showed like different flashbacks and things like to make you feel sympathetic to certain things they did.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well,
what?
that's the thing though. Like the show made the dad look good in some parts.
Yeah.
Like some parts, they were like, "Hey, maybe it actually happened like this."
I mean, but then again, you have Javier Bardem. Like, the dude can fucking pull off anything. Like, he's a great actor. Like,
We'll never know.
Yeah.
They know. We don't know. The two Melendez guys know. Maybe they'll be free. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, do you want? I mean, yeah, you want your freedom. Yeah, you want your freedom at the end of the day.
I just like, how much does it cost to keep them alive? How much is it costing us to like keep them like, they got to be high profile people to where like they have to have special like guard detail or something like that because like they're celebrity fucking inmates.
Now,
Well, I mean, but I'm just saying, like, since the '90s, they pretty much have been. So, like, and they were separated for a long time. They just now have been like back together for a while. Like, they were in separate prisons for a while. I thought
oh okay.
because something at the end they were separated.
Oh, I don't know nothing about them.
We're doing so much the fucking Menendez brothers.
besides the show. Anyway, so it's been what, 2 years since I've been here.
Yeah, dude. Like
2023.
You were episode 46,
46, and this will be
94, 95,
94, 95.
in the '90s somewhere.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
What you doing for your 100th episode?
taking a fucking break. No, no. Like I haven't really decided yet. It might be closer to my birthday, so I might do like a birthday bath or something like that, and like have some guests come back. Like, I haven't really had any plans, but I have some ideas.
Yeah, I mean, 100 episodes should be, it's a milestone.
Yeah.
It's a milestone.
It's getting there, man. We're getting
Yeah.
there pretty close. And then, I don't know. We're a little over 2 years doing this in. I'm pretty proud of it. I'm pretty happy.
I mean, 2 years in. Last time our president was a zombie. What else happened? Diddy, he had like 10 tons of oil. He got arrested.
Yeah, that's true.
What else happened in 2 years?
We've had a lot happen in 2 years.
Yes.
I feel
Agent Orange is back.
I feel like I've aged like 10 in 2 years.
Yeah, man. I mean, time flies, bro.
Yeah.
When you're busy and stuff like that. Man, there's so many things that happened in these 2 years. But yeah, speaking of Diddy, what do you think is gonna happen to him?
Oh, he's going away for a while.
The funny part, I hear that he might get bailed.
Really?
Yeah, he finally is gonna get bailed. Like, don't quote me on that, but that's what I've been hearing.
That county needs some money then. If they're gonna like, how much is it? It's gonna be like that scene in Better Call Saul where he drops off $6 million in bail to this guy in duffel bags.
Well, they say the best way to get bailed is like, hey, let this cool off. You know, it's been like what 5 months now.
Show good behavior, basically.
Yeah, it's like they'll forget about you. Something else is gonna take people's attention. You know, Kardashians are gonna show their ass again, or something that is gonna, take all
Kanye.
that. Yeah. Oh man.
Dude, Kanye Twitter. I follow him on Twitter. I mean, you gotta
follow him on Twitter.
You gotta follow him on Twitter.
You're
because
canceled. You're canceled, Jared. Nah.
Well, that's because that's the only thing I use X for or Twitter for, because it's Musk's profile. It's Musk's account thing. So it's like, it's that and wrestling gifs. That's the only thing that Twitter's good for now.
You're canceled, Jared Ralphie Allen. Nobody follows Kanye West.
You can follow me on Blue Sky.
His name is Jay. I don't know who Kanye West is.
His name is Jay. Dude, the guy goes on the most racist, fucking homophobic rants.
Dude, he
in all caps. Like, I'm just like, dude, you took the extra profile.
You know, he just did an interview wearing like a Klansman like outfit.
Oh, full, yeah.
Yeah, what is wrong with him, man?
I mean,
he went from being a musical genius, college dropout, graduation,
yeah,
to what we have now. 808s and Heartbreaks was a great album.
I like it too. Yeah. I mean, I even like the one, the Red album with Monster and Runaway and stuff like that. I can't remember what it's called. It's a long title. My beautiful dark,
my beautiful
twisted dark fantasy.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
My beautiful twisted
beautiful dark twisted fantasy.
Yeah, something like that. See, we
know
about hip hop. I mean, know about it too.
I'm just saying, if Little Dicky can still go out there and say that he's still like a big Kanye fan, just because like that's what influenced him so much, and he's, one of the most Jewish guys, like Jewish like comedians / singers that you'll have out there.
Okay, well, but I think he says that as a musical influence.
Oh yeah,
you cannot take that away from him.
Oh yeah, what I'm saying is like I don't know. A lot of people can't separate the. Oh sorry,
is that your phone or my phone?
That's fucking Juju messaging me. Sorry,
Juju. ¿Qué pasa?
It's like, I don't know, like a lot of people can't separate the art from the person and their views and stuff like that, and I completely get that. I'm just saying, if you go out of your way throughout life and you pick and choose everybody that had a political issue or a thing that you didn't like, you're not gonna have a lot of music left.
You know who gets attacked a lot for acting or not acting on political statements?
Who?
Selena Gomez. I don't know why. Like, poor girl is just here, in her mansion, minding her own business, not worrying about,
Dude, she is such an entrepreneur and shit like that. Like, she made bank. Like,
so why do we care about her? Like, we don't have to have a celebrity opinion on everything. Yeah, that's the thing. You can have my opinion, which means nothing.
Well, I mean, I think we kind of peaked with celebrity opinions whenever we had like that video of like The Rock and Oprah saying like, please donate to help Hawaii, and they're standing in Hawaii, and I'm like, bro, you own like one of the islands. Like, you have enough money to like buy all of Hawaii, and you're asking for our support. Like, it's Oprah and The Rock. It's like we need donations now to help Hawaii.
Some billionaires asking for money. Well, donations.
Yeah, and it's like
give one of your billions away. That will take care of it.
Yeah, it was like so tone deaf, and people were like, dude, it's you. It's like, it's Oprah and The Rock.
Like, you gave out fucking Volkswagens in your show. Come on. You gave out fucking
Come on,
schools.
Dwayne.
Like that Dan Cook bit. Everybody gets a school with their own school district. She's mad rich.
Yeah.
So rich, she's not like she's gonna pass away before she does anything.
Unlike Dane Cook, whose brother basically took all his money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Poor Dane Cook.
Yeah.
But he's doing better now. He's on an uprise.
Yeah, he's touring now again and stuff like that.
Never hire family to be your campaign and finance manager.
I mean, that's the thing, man. But because you go back to like, okay, so who can you trust?
Yeah. Didn't that happen to Kevin Hart too? Didn't he have like family that have some issues with like that, like promoting and stuff back in the day? I think it was like his original manager or something like that was like family or something like that. I thought that was like, there was some issues back in the day.
Okay. Back when he went by Kevin the Bastard.
Probably.
Kevin the Bastard.
Before Scary Movie 3.
What happened to good comedian names? Now we're going by our names and we're lame.
Hey, I have 3 names. Okay. Not everybody can be cool like me.
But you know what I'm saying? Like people used to actually be creative with their names.
I know.
And I was just like my friend was like, so are you just go by your name? I'm like, yeah. Did you change any spelling on it? I'm like, not really. I mean,
Well, what's the main event of WrestleMania this year? John Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
their names, their legal names. Wow.
Well, technically Cody's is different.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the Rhodes is a made up name. It's Cody Reynolds.
Ah.
Yeah, even Dusty it's Reynolds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess it sounds kind of lame when you.
Well, no,
say it.
Dusty is a Rhodes. I believe.
Dusty Reynolds.
I
That's his
think
name?
Reynolds.
Reynolds.
It's RUNNELS, I believe.
Like Ryan Reynolds.
Like Reynolds.
Hmm.
RUNN.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Reynolds.
Mm. Yeah, I guess you can make a lot of puns with that last name that they're not pretty.
Well, like back in the 90s, there was Goldust, whose real name is Dustin Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
And he was with Terry, his manager, and she was Terry Reynolds. So that was his wife.
So it was Goldust, and then there's the other dust. What was the second?
Stardust.
Stardust.
That was Cody Rhodes.
So Goldust was the dad.
No, Goldust is the older brother.
Man, what the hell are you doing?
You do not return any phone calls.
Phone calls?
Yes, phone calls. I know you want to get your Mac down, but I planned out this big elaborate scheme.
Man,
you know?
you some kind of freak. I can't even have no privacy. I'm out of this mud.
I bought this nightgown for nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the older brother took over the Goldust.
No. So Dusty Rhodes is the dad, and he passed. Then they had Goldust, who's Dustin Reynolds. He's still going around. He's in AEW. And then you have the younger brother, Cody Rhodes, who eventually became Stardust and was a tag team of Goldust.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's still like doing wrestling?
Oh,
Goldust?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He's a
Wow.
big time agent and like book what helps behind the scenes of AEW and also wrestles in ROH and stuff too. I think he's like the tag team and the trios champion.
How old
at
is he
Ring of Honor.
now? I mean,
Like
he was
53 or something like that.
Holy crap.
Dude, like he has an amazing career because like Goldust like was one of the biggest names in wrestling in the 90s. Like he could have been really good, and then he got into drugs and stuff like that really hardcore. And he flip-flopped between WWF, getting fired for drugs and stuff like that, and then WCW back and forth.
Oh, okay.
And
well, can
even
you
TNA.
blame them though? They had
Yeah.
no insurance, nothing. You know, they had
No,
to
yeah,
get on.
I'm not blaming him.
And speaking of which, remember that you ever watched that Vince McMahon documentary?
Oh yeah. Which that was great, I think, for people that needed a refresher or hadn't been in wrestling for a while, or for people that are like hardcore fans like I am, because like a lot of that stuff that was covered in there, like we kind of already knew. It's kind of and it was also like a lot of the reasons like people like me that like really didn't like the WWE anymore because like we knew how McMahon worked and we're like, I don't really like supporting this company. It kind of sucks. And like you kind of feel bad for the wrestlers. You know what I mean? Like it felt scummy to support some of the wrestling stuff that he would do.
Yeah, man. Why is it, man? And then these billionaires get billions, and then they become nasty
Yeah.
dudes. I mean, just look at Diddy and look at Vince McMahon.
Yeah. I mean, that's
that
honestly
dude, that dude was sending some nasty texts, though.
Yeah.
Like nasty. I'm like, ooh, I don't.
Dude, he was tossing around allegedly this woman between him and Brock Lesnar. Like,
Man, fuck you, Brock. There's something about Brock that I never liked. Even
just because he married Sable. You're mad he took her off.
Yeah,
the market.
that was the first thing. Dude, I mean, 13-year-old me looking at Sable. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
He took her off the market. He married her after she left. Like she was he married MILF Sable. He married her when she came back after that while.
Yeah.
After she had already tried to sue the WWF and everything like that,
Yeah.
after Playboy and all that stuff.
No, and she sued and won once.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's it. And then they go back to the whole, Vince McMahon being a businessman. He's like, I don't care if they sued. I mean, this for the business and this and that.
He worked with Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart.
Yeah. Whoa, Bret
Jeff
Hart.
Hart.
Bret Hart. After so many years though.
Yeah.
That thing
was
never
20
went
years,
away.
yeah.
That thing. That.
He repaired it with Jeff Jarrett before he left too. I mean,
Mm.
I don't know if you know the Jeff Jarrett thing, or do you know who Jeff Jarrett is?
I heard about him.
Double J. He was a famous guy. He helped create TNA.
Okay.
Famous wrestler, but he was Intercontinental Champion in WWF. And in 1999 or so like that, around that time, they wanted him to lose to China. And it was a woman. and it was like no, but like basically.
Oh yeah, I think I heard about that, and he was like,
And
nah.
Yeah, and like his contract was up that day, and basically the whole thing, like, he basically held them hostage. It was like, I'll come do this show, and I'll drop the title, but you're also gonna pay me $10,000. And he held the title, or I'm not gonna show up. So they had to pay him and get the title off him that day, and then after that he went to WCW.
Okay.
And so it was such a sore point for Vince McMahon. He hated him so much that if you go back and watch, remember when Vince McMahon bought WCW? Mm-hmm. Remember whenever he was simulcasting, like, I own WCW now. On TV, the first thing he did was fire Jeff Jarrett again.
And here's WCW. Well, there's Jeff Jarrett. Gone.
You're out, buddy.
Yeah. So it's like, I own WCW. Jeff Jarrett's fired. He did it on national TV.
Yeah. That's some petty shit. But he had all the right to do it, though. You're fucking my business.
But at the same time, like, if you watch, it's kind of like the Brett thing where, like, they would be told something and then, like, WWF didn't have the money to follow through. Like, they signed Brett to a huge contract and then didn't have the money to pay him. And so then Vince was trying to renegotiate around the Montreal screw job. And Brett was like, okay, well, I'm going to go to WCW. They're offering me like $5 million.
Duh.
And Brett wanted to stay. And then Vince couldn't honor his contract. That's not on Brett.
Yeah. And then the whole thing about what's his name? Shawn Michaels being like, like their poster child at the moment. So.
Yeah. But he was also a dick.
Yeah.
He was a raging asshole behind the scenes apparently.
Yeah.
So Brett's even more like, I don't want to drop it to that guy. Like, I'm not gonna leave my legacy to that guy.
But when that's the thing though, when you're on top, you feel like it's never gonna end. So you think that you own the world. Yeah. At that point. So
but also it was like it was in Canada. Brett's the champion in Canada defending against Michaels. If we're talking the Montreal screw job, the Montreal screw job. And Montreal screw job. Is what it's called, yeah. Not confused with the blow job. That comes later. But no, like the Montreal screw job was like, Brett was champion. They wanted him to like they told him that night that he wasn't gonna drop it after he argued back and forth, and then they did it anyway. I mean, it's kind of shitty what they did still to this day. It's still really fucked up what they did.
Right. Yeah, man.
He punched the shit out of Vince McMahon backstage though.
Yeah, that's
he
what
knocked him out.
I heard about that. But yeah, well, and like we're going back to that documentary. Damn, we just went off.
It's all right.
Going back to that Vince McMahon documentary, it's like they pointed out everything that he did as a great businessman, and then like the last 30 minutes, that's when they went into those whole.
Oh, I know. They barely touched on it.
Yeah, because I don't think they can. I mean, if you think about it, if you saw how it was, like how they set it up, it's like this documentary has been on the works.
Yeah.
Like this was gonna come out regardless.
Yeah.
And I mean, if nothing would happen, on allegations would came out, clearly the ending would have been different. It would have been like, Viva.
Well, I mean, he
McMahon.
basically did a hostile takeover to retake the company after he got kicked out. Like right before he left again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Vince McMahon came back. And, I would be curious to see what the actual relationship is between Vince and his kids now and his wife. I know that they've announced basically that him and Linda don't really have a relationship. It's just basically married just because of legality.
Yeah, and then she's like part of the Congress, right?
She's the head of the Department of Education now.
Yeah.
And it came out last week. They asked her she didn't know what AI meant.
I heard, I think it was a letter or a report that I heard this morning. I wish I could remember the source, but that there is a school system that's going to start making sure that first graders or even pre-Ks have A1 teaching, every year starting, that far down in the grades. And that's just that's a wonderful thing. Kids are sponges. They just absorb everything. And so it wasn't all that long ago that we're going to have internet in our schools. Woo! Now, okay, let's see A1 and how can that be helpful? How can it be helpful in one-on-one instruction? How can it be helpful in absorbing, more information for those fast learners? It can be more one-on-one directed. And those are the kinds of things and innovations that I want to see continue to develop.
No.
She's the head of the Department of Education.
Why? No.
You can't make this shit up.
No, I mean, I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't make this up.
But
wow.
yeah, like when he came back, and he did that hostile takeover. Like him and like the 2 other VPs that like were X'd out of the company, he brought them back too. And it was like them 3 basically doing the power trip over Triple H and everybody. Because he took over creative again and everything for a while. Stephanie left.
Yeah.
Shane left.
Yeah.
Your own kids left, and Triple H, who was supposed to be the guy that was supposed to run everything, you took the power right back away from him. And then quickly sold the company to UFC. And then they got the Netflix deal. And then all of a sudden, all those allegations came out. So it's like, it was all lined up.
Yeah. Like,
and during that whole thing, they had that Netflix documentary going on at the same time.
That's the thing, man. I keep telling you, like, these people know when shit's coming.
Yeah.
These people know when they, like, okay.
Well, and also it's like, just based on like, the brief times I've had, like, custody issues, stuff like that, like legal issues and stuff like that, the way courts work.
Yeah, they don't come out right away.
No, and you can suppress that stuff. If you have a good lawyer, unless you're actually in the court proceedings, you don't know what the fuck's going on. You can keep that shit quiet.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, exactly. You can,
and if you pay enough money, you can continuance that shit out, for years. And so those allegations and stuff have been around for a while, and like those court proceedings have been around for a while. So like, between his lawyers for that and the way he was doing his business dealings, he could manipulate that stuff pretty easily and like lay out a timeline of like doing the fucking dominoes.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure TKO, right? That's the company, the combined company.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure TKO was like, "Come on, dog.
Yeah,
like you gotta do something and get out."
Yeah, I mean, because like basically the long rumor was like towards the end was WWE. He was getting the company to sell. He was getting the company lean. That's why they kept doing like They would still do like yearly budget cuts and cut staff, even though they were having record fucking like profits.
That's what fucking companies do, though. Like they make more money and they want less expenses for some fucking reason.
Yeah, and so like yearly they would cut like 30 people on the roster, even though they were having record profits and stuff like that, and nobody could explain it. And it was always the rumor like he was just getting it lean so he could sell. So he could sell, and then he did that deal with Saudi Arabia that everybody did not want to do.
Yeah, the Crown Jewel events and all that, right?
Yeah, WWE Blood Money.
Yeah.
They did that deal the same year that fucking reporter got assassinated. Like,
they
got chopped up.
Yes, I remember that.
And they did it that same deal, and then the year after that, they don't talk about it anymore. They were in Saudi Arabia, and then they got delayed leaving for a while. Like they weren't allowed to leave. The planes got like downed, and they like were stopped. And it's all hush hush what happened, but apparently it happened because the government was throwing their weight around like, look what we can do to you, because they errantly aired a promo for SmackDown that showed 2 female wrestlers not in their full body suits. Like they showed them in their normal wrestling attire, and in Saudi Arabia you can't show women like that. So even though the wrestlers that they had there live, when women go over there to Saudi Arabia, they have to wrestle in full body suits.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because of the culture.
And clearly they don't show that on TV, right?
Yeah, they don't show that
on this side of the.
So when they showed like a 5-second thing on screen of like Bianca Belair and another wrestler in like regular wrestling attire with like their midriff shown and stuff like that, apparently that upset the officials, and then all the wrestlers go to leave and they can't take off. And apparently Vince had an argument with somebody in the corporate office or in the Saudi Arabian office. And it was them throwing their weight on, like, look what we can do to you if you don't comply, kind of shit. And AJ Styles was talking about how they weren't allowed to leave for a while, and then all that got like kind of like hushed down, like, dude, shut up, you're not supposed to talk about this, because he got in trouble for that apparently. Because the wrestlers were apparently scared of like, are we gonna be allowed to leave the country?
That's insane.
Yeah,
man. But it goes back to like, it doesn't matter how big you are. There's somebody bigger out there. Yeah, and I mean. Clearly government.
It's still not as bad as that one show. Like WCW did a show in North Korea back in the day.
North Korea? Really? Wow. Now that's scary.
WCW did a show over there.
Yeah, and
Flair's over there. I think Muhammad Ali was over there. It was a big deal.
Yeah,
and it's
that's funny
that
you bring up North Korea, because last night I was just watching the interview for like the 20th time.
I love that show.
No, the
movie.
The movie. Yeah.
With Seth Rogen
and James Franco. Yeah. Another nasty
cancel guy.
Another nasty motherfucker, man. Yeah. All this. Oh, I don't know if I can say it.
What?
Oh, never mind. Yeah, all these nasty fuckers, man. I'm telling you.
I mean, he was literally grooming his fucking like college students.
Damn.
I'm James Franco, the actor. Come study with me. I've been in such things as Spider-Man 3.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The best thing that came out of... Well, I mean, Spider-Man 3 wasn't that good either to begin with. So he could have been the best thing out of Spider-Man 3. I don't know.
Now take all this.
It's been a while since I watched that. Yeah, man. Well, also with the Diddy thing, you know, going back to just talking about like don't get me wrong, it's just been like big news since the last time we talked.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, I was turning my phone on.
I was talking to a friend of mine before the whole Diddy thing, and do you know he dropped an album before this whole allegations happened? No, exactly.
He dropped an album right before the
like a month or two. Yeah, like
well, I mean, he is a bad boy for life.
He dropped an album, and I'm gonna tell you something. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for saying this. That album was really good. Like it was really good.
We talked earlier. I don't know if it'll make the cut, but I still occasionally have Kanye in the fucking shuffle.
And then
it just happens.
And then he made me wonder, oh, why is he not promoting this? Like I heard it when it came out. I heard it like before these allegations came out. So it's like, why is he not out promoting this album? Maybe going on a tour.
Like, oh.
And then like you said, like 2-3 weeks later, I'm like, that makes sense.
Which had worse publicity, that new album or anything Drake post the Super Bowl?
Oh, man. There you go. Not like us. I mean, the whole beef, man, life changing. Dude, I was so in tune that weekend.
I know, me too.
Like every time those diss tracks dropped, I'm like, ooh.
Oh, I love it. I love like the complexity, and if you know, like you could study the Kendrick versus Drake beef the way like you could study like fucking like Marvel comics, like fucking like storylines.
Yeah,
like you know, like you go like for more on this line, turn back to this issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, we need to have those little pop ups.
Man, I was so phony whenever that beef was happening.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why, because I was like. I would listen to the Kendrick song and I'm like, ooh, Drake, you in trouble?
Yep.
And then like I would be like, listen to the Drake song and I'm like, ooh, yeah, Kendrick, you don't know what you're messing with. You know, I was so phony, man.
You would go back and forth. I mean, Drake had some good lines, but then
some good lines.
Drake would drop stuff, and like if you watch the timeline, Drake dropped like 2 and thought it was over for a while, and then Kendrick came back and was like,
No, it's not over. Look, dude, I think what cracked me up
Meet the Grams.
Yeah,
Meet the Grams is so fucking hard.
Yeah. Just the beat. It's
well, not only that, but
dark.
the
It's
way
dark.
the
It's
way
dark.
that he's rapping to Drake's son and mom
and dad
and daughter.
Yeah.
And like basically he's talking like, hey, in the future you don't want to listen to this now because you're young, but when you turn 18, put this on and I'm gonna tell you about your dad.
Yeah. Dude,
and then I want to talk to your mom, and I'll talk to your mom about how, ma'am, I love you, I respect you, but you raised a monster.
Yeah. And
like, that's so hard.
And he should die.
Yeah.
That's how he said, die.
Like, holy crap. Like,
yeah. That's the thing, man. All these fucking rich dudes are fucking nasty.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm broke.
Yeah. Well, it's like, and then like the Super Bowl thing. Like, do you know what Drake was doing during the Super Bowl?
Australia, right?
Yeah, he had Australia. He had a concert on the other side of the world.
Yeah,
in Australia.
he was in Australia, dressed like a fucking 19-year-old or something. Like I don't know.
Where can I go where people won't care about American football?
No, but
Australia.
going back to what Kendrick was saying in these songs, dude. It's like you're almost 40.
Yeah,
and you're still acting like you're like 19.
Yeah.
And clearly just talking to like 19-year-old girls now. And you know what I mean? It's like,
dude's a fucking producer on Euphoria. He made comments about that. Like, that's creepy.
Jesus Christ.
Dude was one of the creators and executive producers on Euphoria, a show, if you ever watch it,
about and then the
teenage people fucking hooking up.
The whole Millie Bobby Brown thing.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. You nasty, bro.
And then like my favorite part was fucking Serena doing the Crip Walk.
Yeah. The Super Bowl halftime show was good.
Yeah.
I don't care what people say. It was fucking good.
I think it was one of the best ones. Yeah. I still love the Weeknd one. I love Weeknd's performance.
The Weeknd was great.
Also because like he put his own money into it. Like they weren't. It was right after COVID. It was the first thing post COVID that we got to see like a live event, the Super Bowl. And like, he put his own I think he put like 20 million of his own money in there because like he wanted it to be like a one in a lifetime event. So like he wanted the stage production and like the design to be cool. So he put his own money into it to be like, this is my masterpiece. This is my thing I'm giving the world. And like he did this, like he basically just bet on himself. And like, dude, that shit's inspiring.
The camera work was making me dizzy. I'm like, oh.
Yep. Prince's was great back on the day. I mean, nobody could talk. Prince is Super Bowl performance.
It started raining while he was singing Purple Rain.
Yes.
That's God telling you.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on, my boy. Or whatever you believe in, the higher power or universe, whatever.
But that was what I was getting at. Is like that was like he's singing Purple Rain and it starts raining and like he's threatening getting electrocuted with that electric guitar that's plugged in.
Yeah, dude. I seen not seen clearly, but like because there's videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I seen people dying from like doing the wrong ground on their stage.
Yeah,
just doing the wrong ground.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's so sad. Electricity, man. I don't mess with electricity at all, man. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I used to work in a foundry, man. Like when I was my dad was a maintenance manager at a foundry in Coffeyville for like 20 years. And so like I had odd jobs during the summer working there when I was like 12 or 13. I would like run the Bobcat and like shovel like scoop up black sand and stuff like that like for a summer job. And worked over there and like there was a few deaths that happened there and like we'd have to have OSHA come in and stuff like that because like just accidents happened.
Mm-hmm.
I have a brother-in-law who one of his maintenance co-workers got sucked up in a conveyor belt and like he was holding onto his hands and like he got slipped up and basically just flattened in the conveyor belt because they did a lockout tag out and they didn't do it correctly.
Lockout tag out. That's
a
important.
worker came in like
That's
6
important.
a.m. and just turned it on. And he was in the machine like cleaning it out, doing maintenance on one of the buckets.
Yeah, man. And sadly that's what happens, man, when you mess with a lockout tag out. Like that's important. Any job, man, if you do it the wrong way, they'll fire you right on the spot.
Yeah.
Even if nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
As long as you mess with it, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Dude, like I had I look back at those days back, like the odd jobs I had there, like the things that I would do. At one point, like when I was a little bit older, I became like the ultrasound and infrared technician. And my job was basically to put on a fucking flame retardant suit and go underneath these furnaces with a fucking heat gun and look for cracks and temperature gauge them.
Nice.
And then I would go around with an ultrasound gun and look for air leaks throughout the whole foundry and I would tag them. And so you're going around underneath like 7,000 like degree furnaces in this little room underneath this thing. You're deep underground and I'm in a full like fucking like fire retardant suit and mask and everything. It's hot. It's July. It's like 110 degrees in there.
Oh my God.
And I gotta be like, well, hopefully there's no crack today. Because if there is, I'm dead.
There's some dangerous jobs out there, bro.
And that was like $12 an hour, dude. It was not worth it.
No, man, not that.
It was so not worth the $12 an hour.
Dude, I'm Mexican. I wouldn't do it.
Just to hold a little clipboard and scan it and be like, well, this spot right here is 7,100 degrees.
Yeah, there's some jobs I wouldn't do, and that's one of them right there. And roofing. I'm afraid of heights.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Oh, I'm horrible with heights, bro.
That's why I stay fat.
Yeah. I don't know why. I'm just terrified of heights. Maybe one day I should do a show on
I can do it quick. I can do like a roller coaster. Because I know it's going to be over. It's up and down.
Man.
But if you keep me up there and like
I hate that. I hate that feeling. That when you're going up the roller coaster, and then you just know you're going to go down. I close my eyes. I'm not going to lie.
I don't know. Like, I have a weird irrational fear. It's something I can't even control of like giving blood and donating blood and like going to hospitals. I'm terrified of hospitals. Mostly because like when I was like 11 or 12, I watched my grandmother like die while she was like having a seizure strapped to a gurney. Like, and like they like walked me back there. I was like, I got to see her like last breath.
Dude,
so, that freaked me the fuck out.
And then is it true like on their last breath they kind of jump up like
it was like
trying to get like, the last gasp?
So like she was dementia and like refused to eat and like was getting down. Like she was really like in a nursing home and like basically just giving it up the will to live. And like she had like an episode and like they brought her in a gurney and I just remember like I'll never forget it. It was like burned in my brain like seeing her just like flailing strapped to a fucking.
That's like some exorcism shit.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Yeah,
but like that's always like kind of just like been my anxiety with hospitals. But like giving blood or anything like that, I'll pass out. I can't control it. As soon as my body feels the injection, it's just like I just like
yeah, shut down. Huh.
My blood pressure drops and I just go.
Well, that doesn't happen to me, but I am afraid of like injections for sure. You know, sometimes when you have like a really bad cold that you cannot fix, you know, the next thing the doctor says is like injection or like steroid tablets or whatever. I'd rather take the shot, but
as soon as I get, I'll take it. It's not about the fear even. It's like involuntary. As soon as my body feels it or does it, I feel the cold and I feel like the flop sweat. My blood pressure drops, and all of a sudden it's just like ugh, I faint. I tried to donate plasma last year for some extra money back in the day, and I went to fucking BioLife Plasma in Tulsa, and I told them because like after like 15 or so years of doing this, I had one nurse give me this trick. She's like, just elevate your feet. Your blood pressure drops whenever this happens. So if we elevate your feet, it doesn't immediately drop out, and you'll feel faint and everything, but you won't pass out. And so they laid me down and they had my feet elevated on a pillow, and I didn't feel it. I felt woozy, but I didn't pass out. And so I went to BioLife, and they're like, hey, do you have a thing of like passing out? I'm like, well, as long as my feet are elevated, I'm fine giving blood and stuff like that. As long as you do that, I'm perfectly fine. And like if you go to like a plasma donation center, most of the chairs are like those like tattoo chairs where like the legs are bent. The legs are already elevated. So I'm like, I can lay back, my legs are elevated. This will be perfect. So like there's no problem. And I told him, as long as you don't just like, poke me and you make me sure my legs are elevated, I'll be fine. And she goes, well, we need to do a simple blood test real quick. And she just picks my finger right there. Without telling me or anything, where I'm just sitting in a chair. After I just told her I need to have my feet elevated, she surprised goes, pick. Just to get my blood sample real quick. And I looked down at it and go.
And you went, no shit. That's crazy.
Next thing I know,
what about if you just accidentally cut yourself?
It probably happened.
Oh, okay.
Next thing I knew at that plasma center, they called an ambulance and I was on a gurney.
No shit.
Yeah.
Damn, man. That sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, well, at least you know it can happen.
Yeah.
So some people.
Yeah. But I always get the fucking same thing. Everybody's like, but you have so many tattoos. I'm like, it's not the same thing. Tattoos don't do it to me.
Now that you pointed out, now I'm asking myself the same thing.
Yeah. They always say
like whenever you get tatted up, do you not look? Or you just look the other way?
I mean, I can look at it, and like even if a little blood's up there, that doesn't hurt me. But it's like if it's an actual shot or drawing blood, and like my body is like, oh, you're gonna have to pull something, injecting something in. As soon as my body and my brain registers that, out. It's just involuntary. I have no control over it.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you accidentally cut yourself, then I guess it shouldn't matter since you can actually get tattooed. So. But
like I've cut myself before or something like that, and I've had to like run and like grab it and like cover it real quick because like I can feel myself getting woozy because I'm just looking at it. I'm like,
oh, maybe it's just I don't know.
It's just an involuntary thing, man.
Yeah. The brain works, in so many different ways.
From what I've heard, it's a trauma response.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've had trauma in the back of it, growing up. Fun.
Trauma, man. It's things that I don't know, man. I
mean, welcome back to the show. I mean, that's basically what all comedy is trauma bonding, bro.
Yeah, I actually it is, man. That or people are just buddy just because they like to drink every night.
Yeah, it's social club.
Yeah, that too.
I don't mind that. Like everybody has their own scenes. Everybody has their own thing of what they want to get out of this.
Yeah,
out of what we do. Some people want to work a 9 to 5 and have a social club afterwards, have a few beers and do some jokes. If that's what you want to do out of it, by all means. I want something more.
Right.
I want to build something. I want to grow something that I can own, and I want to do this for a living. And I'm serious about it, and I'm sure you are too.
No, for sure.
There's a reason you're on my specials and stuff too.
Yeah. How can I say it? Oh, thank you, by the way. How can I say it? The thing about shows now is like I don't want to sound bougie or anything. I think things have to change because they're so long that you can go and do free shows.
Oh, I've kind of reached this point too. I agree with you 100%. And like, this is not disparaging anybody or anything, but like 8 comics on a free show is not a show. It's not a paid gig. I wouldn't chalk that up as, oh, I'm going to put that on my thing, a list of amazing gigs I did. There's only so many times you can do a free show with friends and buddies to where it's, what are we doing besides just circle jerking each other?
Yeah.
Like we're just doing, we're doing a comedy show to 5 people? Cool. Like I want paid gigs. I want to treat people for their time. Like every one of my shows, I paid people or had a contest or had money going in. Like,
yeah, exactly. Because, you go and you have a contest or there's a mutual benefit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like on your shows, it's like it's gonna be your set is gonna be recorded. It's yours at the end of the day, so you get to do what I mean. That was our deal too. So you gotta have something in return.
Well, not only that, but like I look at it like if I'm gonna book a show, if I put free show on there, odds are from an audience perspective, they see free show on a flyer, their expectations are lowered. Because they're not expecting anybody to try hard or be amazing talent. Oh, it's just a free show. It's just some local free show. You at least put $10, $15 tickets, $20 tickets on there. Well, then it's something worth if they're going to pay it. It's got to be worth the money, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There's got to be something. Oh, these people are worth this much money at least a little bit. Oh, it might be something. It's just a subliminal thing that like it's marketing.
Yeah, there you go. Going back to marketing. Yeah.
People are going to look at estimated value, perceived value, based on a flyer, and that's your marketing.
Yeah, and like you're saying, is you gotta value yourself.
Yeah.
Like if you don't put some worth on your name, then who else is gonna do it?
Yeah, you gotta have standards. You gotta have like and like I don't know, man. I just like I don't want to do eight comics at a fucking dive bar. I mean that's That's cool. That's awesome, but it better pay.
Right.
Or we better work out some kind of deal with the fucking owners or something like that. Like, it's got to be a profitable experience for everybody. Otherwise, what the fuck are we doing? Might as well just do a karaoke night.
Yeah.
Which even that, I tried making those profitable and places didn't want to do that.
That's the thing, man. Like, nobody wants to invest in... And I'm not talking about comedians. I'm talking about like sometimes the venue doesn't want to invest.
The infrastructure and stuff that takes to meet.
So you gotta go and find somewhere that does.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you don't value yourself, then you're never gonna understand how much you can actually make out of it.
Yeah. I mean, someone like Teddy White T opened my eyes. Like, I love Teddy White T to death, dude. Like, dude, I love you to death. He's like just a big sweetheart to me. Like, there's been days where I've had really bad stuff and I posted online like I had a bad day, and he calls me, hey, how you doing? Like, he's just a good guy. But like, he kind of opened my eyes of like how to book yourself to be a success and not taking, you know, free shows and not doing this and like being profitable from day one, and kind of opened my eyes of like there's another way of doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, that's art. There's a passion to everything. Everything you do should, you know, be art and passion to begin with. But it's also a business.
Well, you know what? So this is also, I'll just say it right here. This is the straw that broke the camel's back for me as far as like just the community at large and the big divide that we have. There was a post a few months ago, like I think it was like end of the year, December or January. Juju Rashad, love the guy to death. I mean, some people will say controversial. I don't care. I think he's a funny ass motherfucker.
He's funny. He's hilarious.
He posted like a Facebook post like, hey, did my taxes. I made like almost $20K from comedy last year or something like that, just from doing the shows and stuff like that. He put it on the taxes. So he made
I remember that post. Yeah, I know there was a lot of back and forth, but I don't pay attention.
It's just people going, show the receipts, the receipts. You're bullshitting. There's no fucking way. And just all this hate started coming on Juju. I'm like, bullshit, bro. It's like, dude was going between Oklahoma and Memphis for a year and had several shows and was doing other stuff on the side. You don't know what the fuck he was doing.
Not just that, he's putting them together too.
Yeah.
So that's a whole different.
Yeah, he's booking, he's promoting, he's
that's
doing
a whole
stuff.
different side
and
of
also,
the business.
Who fucking cares? What day and age do we live in where a guy can't be like, hey, this is what I made on my taxes, and everybody's like, oh shit, fuck you, show us the receipts. I hate. That's where I saw the disconnect, and I was like, yeah, nah.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. It's also a business.
Yeah,
it's also a business. If you want to make it a business, it will be a business.
If you're, what was the movie that somebody said like, if you're good at something, you never do it for free?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, there has to be a shift in
know your worth.
Yeah, there has to be a shift. If you don't, you gotta at least put it in your mind that going back to this is not an open mic.
Yeah.
When you're actually doing a show, it's not an open mic.
Yeah.
And as much as we love open mics, they're not shows. So if you're gonna go out and do an open mic, and you're gonna spend money, make it worth it.
Yeah.
Make it because you want it. Because you're gonna go to the open mic, sign up, get a couple beers or whatever you guys do for fun, and now you're there. You're on the negative.
Yeah.
And then on the second part, you're doing a weekend gig that's like, let's say it's far from town, and you're not getting paid for it. You're on the negative still.
Yeah.
So what are you doing with your time? Your time is money. Your time is money. Your life is valuable. You're valuable. What you say has value. at the end of the day. So everything that you gotta do from now on, there has to be something for you too.
Yeah, agreed. Well, it's like I also like my time is precious, and maybe I have just a different perspective of like when I go to even an open mic in Tulsa. That's an hour drive for me.
Yeah.
That's gas. That's time. Hour there, hour back. On top of what everybody else does because they're local.
Gas ain't cheap.
Well, I'm just saying like that's an also like if it goes till 10:30 in a mic and everybody wants to hang out afterwards, I got to go back home and drive an hour. So that's another hour on my trip back, even if I'm tired or something like that.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean because you don't want to hang out. That doesn't mean you don't like people. It means that hey.
But it makes me more of like I don't want to say like a sniper, but like somebody that's more a strategist or more deliberate with what I do. Of like when I do these mics, I'm taking time and money out of my day. I gotta make sure I'm doing work. I'm going there for a reason. I'm not going there just to hang. I'm going there to get my money's worth.
Yeah.
I'm going there to get my 5 minutes or whatever time it is to do my craft, to work out in the gym, so to speak, of what I need to work out, and then hopefully make those connections that gets me another gig or something like that. This episode of Unloading Meat is not brought to you by your favorite mobile banking app such as Cash App. Man, I love using Cash App, especially when I'm doing things other than buying drugs. Cash App. I want to talk about something it's personally on my chest.
Sure.
And I want to say, I feel like this is something I need to just say, like, because I've had this in a while. There's been this thing going around where a lot of quote unquote Tulsa comedians are pissed off at a certain local comedy club for booking the best of Tulsa shows and booking OKC comics.
Okay.
And not booking all Tulsa people. Or they're saying like, this is the best of the Tulsa area, or this is the best of quote unquote public. And they're having half of it or 3/4 of it be OKC comedians. And there was this huge thing of people on Facebook like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to go to Oklahoma City if I want to get booked in Tulsa. Or, oh, they can't book Tulsa comics? Well, maybe they're saying that you're not good enough. Or maybe you're saying that you didn't draw. Like, I look at it as a challenge. Like, maybe I need to get better. You know what I mean? I don't look at it like, fuck that club. I'm going to make fun of them, and I'm going to go on Facebook and bash them because they're not booking all Tulsa comics. If they're going to be a Tulsa club, they have to book only Tulsa people. Well, they've tried that. It didn't work. And they need to make money. They're going to book who draws.
Right.
And I look at it like they also had Cepeda on there and like a couple other people, and it's like, I look at it like a challenge. Like, you know what I mean? I look at it a different way. Like, it's a business.
It's a business, and you, like you said, you have Cepeda.
Yeah.
I mean, you're already talking to some of the best in Tulsa. Yeah. Who else are you going to look for now?
Well, like, but last month, and this is like just being completely honest.
I mean,
February, I did a bringer show at Bricktown, Tulsa. I'm from out of town. I brought like 3 or 4 people. I had another like one person buy a ticket online. They couldn't make it, but it wasn't anywhere to pack the house. Cepeda brought the people, and I think another company brought the people, and like, but it wasn't a full house in there. Well, I know I need to work to get my following up so I can be a better draw. That's what I took from it. And also, like, there's comics that are like, I should be booked on these shows in Tulsa, but haven't been to that venue in 6 months. Or don't go to the weekly open mic, or don't make a connection with the actual manager or owner of the club who actually knows them on a name value, and go next time they want to book a show, like, oh yeah, I remember that guy. If you're not developing those relationships, what the fuck are you doing? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. Also, and I mean, I hate to say it like this, but there's some, like you said, Oklahoma City comics are doing, they're coming to Tulsa. I'm pretty sure there's some shift that Tulsa comedians can go to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why, because also when you see a sign and a flyer or sign or whatever about a show, there's something sexy about people from out of town.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because it doesn't matter who you are. You can be a comedian, a musician, or something like that. There's something about your own community on the come up. Yeah. And this is a fact. I mean, I'm not talking about my ass. There's the least people that are gonna support you when you start and when you don't have a name for yourself is your own neighborhood.
Yep.
Because they know you.
Yep.
They know you. They're like, sure, go do your thing. Go become whatever you want.
Yeah.
But once they see some success from other places, oh, that's our boy from our city, from my neighborhood. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Blah 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 blah. That's the thing.
Yeah.
There's gonna be that's why people tour.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna get more love somewhere else.
Well, not only that, like, I think it's
So-
also a double-edged sword, or it's like it's a double-edged sword if you want to put it like this. But like, the more local that you go, like, say if I like wanted to make this all about being from Bartlesville, so to speak. You know, I'm technically in Bartlesville, but I try to like have a lot of Tulsa people, and I'm in Tulsa comedy and stuff like that because I've tried going through Bartlesville here, and people know me and stuff like that. It's just I'm Jared, you know what I mean? Like, but also, it's kind of nice to not have that because the more you are directly local, the less you're doxing yourself. To where if you do make it or something like that, people don't in your immediate area know exactly where you live. You don't want to get famous overnight and suddenly there's like 5,000 or people being able to rob you and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
So that's what I mean. Exactly.
Yeah.
So sometimes you want to get some publicity somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that works for Oklahoma City comics. Come over here. We're from Oklahoma City. We're gonna rag on your city maybe a little bit and kind of go back and forth and talk about that.
Yeah.
And I have like I said, I have no problem with anybody. It's just the thing goes back to like go and value yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna spend, let's say, the same amount of gas, the same amount of money that you're throwing into your free weekly open mic routine and circle and whatever. You could save all that and maybe go to Oklahoma City and start connections there. And guess what? You're a new guy. They already know their comics, like their clubs and stuff. They already know them. They don't know you. How about you go and present yourself? And that's the thing, man. And sometimes it's like my next actual gig is with all Oklahoma City comics.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like they want to work, and you know what I mean. If other people don't want to work with you, go to whoever does.
And so it's like I don't get that. I'm wanting this to be a business relationship and be professional as possible.
Yeah.
And like I just stepped back from the scene and I stopped going to a lot of open mics and I really just started like analyzing how there's a lot of toxic shit in the scene, and basically anybody that comes at me or disagrees with anything I post or doesn't like anything I do, I just block.
I see it, and I mean I'm just doing the responsible adult thing to do, and it's like
I just block and I don't even need to see it. I look at it like even my time on social media, which is just a tool. I'm so detached from social media. I don't care about Facebook. I don't care about Instagram, all that stuff. I use it for my business and I use it for marketing. But I'm so detached that if I see anything negative or anybody post shit on my Facebook wall that's like, so and so did this, I'm just like, well, you're just full of drama. Block.
Yeah,
and I just move on.
Yeah, because you don't want.
I don't need the negativity.
I don't like the drama, man. I'm busy. I'm here trying to survive and pay my bills and stuff like that. I got my own problems. I'm not gonna go to some
It's
timeline.
just a bunch of 20-somethings trying to cancel people that can't even get canceled because they're not famous yet.
Yeah.
And I just don't care for that shit, so I moved on.
Yeah.
Anything that wants to do that, but it's not a paid gig or is not wanting to actually treat this like an actual art and profession that it is, or it doesn't want to treat people with respect, I don't have the time of day for them. And I just move on.
Mm-hmm.
I just basically treat everybody with respect until you go and try to go after me, and then I'm like, oh well, you're gonna regret it, because I kind of come from a opinion of I grew up fat, so like I know how to think of the roast jokes beforehand. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like
right.
I'm already on the back foot with already like 5 jokes loaded before somebody comes at me.
Yeah.
That's just how I'm trained. So it's just like I treat everybody with respect and just try to be professional.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And
though.
move on.
You have to be respectful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you don't know somebody.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know me personally, then what's the problem?
Yeah. It's like it's funny to me. It's almost piddly.
Or like sometimes, I mean, and don't get me wrong, sometimes people that already know each other, they like to like roast on each other, like once they're on the stage and stuff like that. And it's cool, but sometimes you don't know if that person is in the mood.
Yeah.
That whole thing can ruin a relationship right there.
You can feel the vibe change too.
Yeah.
But also like roasting is only good if it is. It has to be like. I don't want to get it. I don't want to phrase this.
Now
it has to be surface level, and it has to be.
It has to be funny.
It has to be funny. But if you're going to roast or even roast battle, and you have an audience, the audience doesn't know who the fuck you guys are.
Yeah.
So anything that you say has to be superficial. It has to be like surface level stuff that you can visually see, or you have to reference something and bring it into the conversation really quick. Otherwise, the audience isn't going to get it. It's gonna be too inside baseball.
They don't want to know that you guys went out once and you know you got so drunk that I don't know.
Yeah.
Some dude.
This dude only drinks 12 beers at night.
Yes. So
Okay, like you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
you can't do like inside jokes and shit like that.
I think that was the thing about the Rhodes battle that made it so good. I actually wrote stuff to be general.
Yeah.
Not to rag on that person.
Yeah.
So,
If it's not something that's on their person right then, or how they talk, or just a visual or audio thing that the audience gets into the first 30 seconds of seeing that person, you have to bring it to the conversation as a preface.
Yeah, or like something people know.
Yeah.
Like they don't know about your little circle or whatever you do on your free time.
Yeah.
But they know about brands. They know about shows. How about say this person looks like this guy from this show?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Roasting can be a reference comics day.
Yeah.
That's why I'm good at it. I'm a reference comic.
Now the thing about
It's metaphors.
How I started this conversation was like, well, do you think people should roast each other just on open mics for no reason? For no reason. You just got on stage. Now welcome this. And then somebody just goes off on the host saying some bullshit about them.
Yes and no. I don't think there should ever be a line. I flat out, I will leave or I'll fucking have an issue. Not issue, but like, I hate whenever I go to an open mic, I'm like, no roasting allowed. I don't like rules like that on an open mic.
Dude, I understand that. But this is an open mic. So like I'm just gonna give you an example of something I saw, and pretend you're the host. Yeah. And then you're presenting me. Oh, here comes Mauricio. And then now the first thing on stage, I'm like, oh, thank you, Jared. You fat motherfucker, like that.
Yeah.
Then
that's tone shift. That's like
you know what I mean?
Say I never want to blanket like no roasts allowed, but I think like even me, I go up there and when I do an open mic, I write one roast joke almost always for whoever's the host because I try to make a joke for them. But it's not like, hey, you fat piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so
you can tell tone, you can tell intent.
So my point is like, how about he's not feeling like that today?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not feeling like listening to your bullshit.
Yeah. Well,
and I'm not saying your bullshit. I'm just saying to whoever does it.
I think intent and tone goes a long ways before you can ever do anything like that. But also, it's like I come from the point of view like let's take Cellar Dweller for instance. Cellar Dweller is one of the longest standing open mics in Tulsa, run by JB Watkins now. Yes, really great guy. I love JB to death.
Oh, JB is great.
I go out of my way every time I go to Cellar, which I'm going there tonight.
Oh, I might be there tonight. Too.
I write a joke every Sunday for the host if it was Lacey or whoever was there, and I try to go out of my way to like somewhere in the middle of my set. If I'm doing a segue or something like that, I'll do that joke. Because the way I look at it is JB's going through maybe 30 names. He's doing music. He's doing all this stuff. He's running around. He's not paying attention. Maybe once into that 30 or 2 hours he's doing that, somebody says, hey, give it up for JB Watkins. And he's like, oh, what? And he pays attention and here's one funny little joke that somebody took the time to write something nice for him or funny for him. That's what's sticking like, they care. At least that's where I come from. Because I may do a roast joke about you, but it's like tongue-in-cheek or it's with a wink and a nod where like, you know that I'm writing it because I actually give a shit about you.
Yeah.
So like last time I gave it up, I said JB. I was like, you look like fucking Ozempic Zoidberg. And I was like, in this red light, you're the spitting image. Yeah. Except for you, it's double the crabs.
Speaking of JB, you know the music critic Anthony Fontano?
Probably no. I probably know him myself.
Oh, okay. They look just like brothers.
Okay.
Yeah. So I showed him once a picture. I'm like, not even on the mic, just when we were just chopping it up, and he's like, "Dude, I'm even wearing a flannel, just like him."
Yeah, but like, see, like that's the way I try to do it. Is like I'm doing like a wink and a nod or like a tongue in cheek kind of thing where it's like I'm not necessarily punching down or anything like that. I'm doing it like a good spirit to be like, hey, I respect you. You're the host. I did a little joke for you. I wrote something on the fly for you.
Yeah.
Give it up for our host doing this. Yeah. But I'm like, you fat piece of shit.
Yeah, dude. One time I saw that and I was just like, why you do that though?
Well, see, I get
why you do that to that person? They didn't deserve it. I mean, now that I know, I don't know what you guys have going on, but at this point that we're in a business, in a venue, there was no need for that.
Oh, Mauricio, I had to have a thick skin just because I grew up fat anyway, but like I've had people say like, did this bother you? But it doesn't bother me. But like 9 times out of 10, if somebody's going to make like roasting comments at an open mic or something like that, they're going to pick me out of the crowd just because of who I am and how I look. I'm a big dude. I kind of stand out. And every time there's a shift. If they do it before my set, it's going to be fat jokes. If they do it after my set, it's gonna be gay jokes. It happens every fucking time.
Okay.
You can just feel, because as soon as I do my set, and I'm a bisexual guy, I talk about cocksucking and stuff like that. As soon as I let that open, I go sit down. Bam! Here comes some fucking gay jokes. I just know it's gonna happen throughout the night. That's just how it is. Because I've opened up the Pandora's box. But before that, because they don't know me, if they reference me, it's gonna be a fat joke. Because again, it's superficial. But going back to roasting, I'm not mad at it because, like I just said, the audience was introduced to the fact that I now am bisexual. So now you can make those gay references and the audience gets it. You know what I mean? I'm not necessarily against it. It just better be clever.
Right.
If you're gonna go in that territory, if you're gonna dig on me or something like that, make it good.
Or what about when somebody does that and they don't really know you? Period.
Well, I look
Like
at it
they
like
haven't even say hi to you, or you know what I'm saying? Like
there's that the way you handle that though. It's like Hunt Club last week. There were some like 20-something kids. I don't want to say kids, just because they're younger than me. Everybody's a kid.
Yeah,
But,
I like saying that too.
Yeah.
But then I go back to like, no, they're not kids. They're adults.
Yeah, they're adults.
Yeah.
But like there was two. There's a boyfriend and girlfriend. They both went up there and did it, and I think one of them was like their first time. I went immediately after them and I did some jokes. I referenced them and just joke them. But like I went after and I fist bump and I was like, "Hey guys, you guys were doing really good. I hope you guys do." I was doing it tongue in cheek and I was doing it because I liked your stuff. I was bouncing off of what they had talked about. I was kind of referencing what their stuff's. You know what I mean? Like, and so like we all had a good time after it, and afterwards like we became more like friendly because they saw that like yes, I'm doing jokes about their stats and stuff like that and what they look like. But that's because they were just up in front of me and the audience was already preconditioned to it. You know what I mean? I'm commenting on what's happening in the room. Not so much as like punching down on that, like, oh, you look like an ugly motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And afterwards, it's friendly. Whereas like if they came up with a complete stranger and did a joke to me, and but afterwards they're like, hey, was that okay or something like that? Yeah, it's fine. You were doing it for a laugh. You weren't punching down or something like that. I could tell the difference in intent.
Okay.
Just like I'm pretty sure that you could tell a difference if somebody was doing like a racial slur or something like that, or like
Definitely.
You could tell intent. You could tell jokes and stuff like that. You could tell when somebody's trying to mean when it's full of hate.
Yeah. I think one time like this newer person came up to me. He's like, I think the only thing you said that was funny was this, and I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, documentaries and stuff like that. What kind of shows are you into right now?
Right now, dude, like I'd say my favorite show right now is Invincible. I love that show.
Oh, okay. I'm still waiting on The Boys last season.
See, like The Boys lost me after a while. Like,
Really?
Like I watched the latest season. I'm like, it's all right.
It's good. Like
the Huey getting sexually assaulted for jokes is kind of fucked up. They played it off like him getting raped for laughs was fucking weird. That was a tone deaf kind of fucking moment.
Yeah, it's gonna. That's the thing, though. It's gonna be funny for some people and
I
some
know.
other people. Yeah, and then like the whole things that
I'm
is
just saying,
happening this
if
year.
that was gender flopped and that was Eve, or I'm not Eve. What's her name? Starlight.
What's
If
her
that
name
was
in the show?
what's her, Annie.
Annie.
If that was a female in that same situation, there would have been fucking Hollywood outcry. Get Seth Rogen canceled. Get all this stuff canceled. They're showing like this stuff. They're making rape funny, but because it's on a dude, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
like whenever like an older chick dates a younger guy, nobody finds it wrong.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like isn't Celine Dion or Cher?
Yeah.
Right? Cher dating like some 30-year-old
Which is
dude.
funny because she became a meme of herself. She made a joke. Like, did you ever watch the movie Stuck on You?
Mm-hmm.
With Matt Damon and Greg Kinnear, where they're conjoined twins.
Yeah.
She plays herself in that movie, and one of the twins gets a Hollywood role, and she's dating Frankie Muniz.
Well, it's actually harder when only one of us has to go.
What? Go to sleep. You got a geography test tomorrow.
Nice.
Like, you're not far off, Cher. You kind of became a character yourself.
Yeah. No, and I mean that's probably more common than you think.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, we never see it wrong the opposite way. Only the male to female.
I mean,
way
South
around.
Park did an entire episode about that. Whenever the teachers were having sex with the kids, and the cops were like, "Nice."
Yeah, man, it's weird because man, you gotta protect everybody, man.
I know. It's like, I mean, I hate to bring up the thing that I already keep talking about. Like, I've talked about it like at least 3 times on this podcast, but like the Michael Bay Transformers movies, Transformers 4 with Mark Wahlberg, it fucking stops the movie for a second so they can somehow justify why this 20-something-year-old rally car driver is dating Mark Wahlberg's 17-year-old daughter because they have a pre-existing relationship and they have the Romeo and Juliet law in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
And they stop the movie and they actually pull out the fucking law from his wallet and they freeze frame on the camera to show you the actual law so you can read it frame by frame to be like, yeah, he's not a pedophile, technically.
Technically. Yeah. Man, you know, I'm so glad Michael...
It's so creepy.
I'm so glad Michael Bay's not making movies anymore. Well, not any franchise that we love. Like, he's not involved in the Bad Boys movies anymore. He's not involved in the Transformer movies anymore.
I mean, the best thing he did in that movie was fucking just blow up TJ Miller.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because TJ Miller tried to do like a fucking train, like a bomb threat on a train or something like that.
Dude,
that's what got him canceled. I don't know if you know that.
No.
TJ Miller at the height of like Silicon Valley and all that stuff, he like did a prank on somebody or like was in a feud or just, I don't know what the whole story is, but like he called in like a bomb threat on a train or something like that.
No shit.
Yeah, and like the FBI and stuff got involved.
Yeah.
And he got arrested or got in trouble for it.
Is that why people hate him now?
He's also kind of an asshole and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. But nothing crazy like what we were talking about earlier?
I don't think like sexual assault or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Because I for some reason him and Deadpool don't like each other anymore, right?
Yeah. From what I remember, this could be all speculation. Like I thought he had like a brain tumor or something like that, and when that got removed, it kind of made him a little
Oh, okay.
Like crazy, kind of a little crazy.
Dude, Deadpool and Wolverine came out since we talked, huh?
I know.
Time. What do you think about that movie?
I love that movie.
Yeah, it was great. I think I watched it like 3 times.
I also think it has some of the best figures. This Hugh Jackman is like fucking perfect. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
That is so good. Oh.
Whoa, this is cool. This is cool as hell.
For a $20 figure, that's a really good likeness.
Yeah. See, things are getting so great nowadays. Like the whole 3D printing, or you know how they get people's facial expressions. Dude, they're not as good as Japan though. Japan be on some shit when it comes to figures.
I know. I know you see like all these people like fucking on Facebook posting these like fake AI fucking action figures of themselves.
Oh,
and it's like, oh yeah,
those were dumb. Those were dumb. That's another way people are just giving their information to to third-party websites.
Which is funny because like for years now, you can actually go on Hasbro's website and you can pick like a base figure, like a Power Ranger or a Marvel character, something like that, and then upload a picture of yourself, and they'll make a face scan of you and make your own figure.
Oh.
So like you can make a Mauricio, like Power Ranger or Ghostbuster or Marvel character, and then it has your 3D printed head.
Can you still do it?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like $50.
Nice.
And like you get one of these figures, and you just get your own custom head on top of it.
Shit, I'm gonna get the white Power Ranger.
I think they still do it. Let me see. Yep, they discontinued it. I guess people didn't like it enough.
When I finally found a reason to leave, you told me this.
They weren't the greatest.
That's crazy. That's actually a good idea, man.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
They should have kept that along. It's like making a Funko of yourself. It's kind of like it, but it's not. You know what I mean?
Like, see what I mean? Like you could buy it would come in an own box and everything.
Yeah.
And it'd be your figure.
Ooh.
It wasn't a bad idea.
No. Have you ever made a Funko of yourself? You should.
I've had people do it like on the AI stuff or a long time ago.
It's only like $40 once you get like all the add-ons to it.
Yeah, I need to and put it on display or something like that.
It's actually not a bad idea. I think I'm gonna make one for my kids.
Honestly, I always joke like, they already made a Marvel Legends of me. It's called Mojo from the X-Men. You get that reference?
Yeah. And then damn, X-Men 97 also came out while we were.
Yep. And I honestly I just finished rewatching it yesterday. I rewatched it again because I love that show. Like that, and I think Invincible are the two best written animated series of all time.
Man,
like they're so good.
Gambit is a beast, man.
Everybody in that show, like Magneto. Magneto was right. Magneto was right.
Yeah,
dude.
Well, what do you mean? How they drew him?
Just like how he was about the humans, like the humans.
Oh yeah,
dude. That episode where spoiler, Gambit dies, the whole attack on Genosha, and he's fighting that fucking Sentinel, but Magneto uses a fucking full ass train as a whip.
They shall be avenged.
That's cool.
That is cool. Why can they think about this in the movies, man?
Yeah.
Come on.
They're bringing them back.
I hope they do.
You saw the casting of the MCU, right?
Oh yeah.
A majority of the X-Men are there.
Yeah, Doomsday. And even Shannon Tatum is back. It's going to be Gambit again.
Although,
and that's just half of them, apparently. It's not like the whole cast yet.
Although people are kind of worried, like, what if that's one of the Doom people? Like, right, it's like a cameo thing right at the beginning of the movie where it's like one of the Doom worlds. Like, it just happens like in the first like 30 minutes of the movie. Right? It's like, oh, there's the X-Men universe. Wipe.
Dude, I trust.
Like, they're just there for a face.
I trust the Russo brothers, man. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, I agree.
And you know what? And you know how we're talking how the movies right now, they don't really have a sense of continuity right now, like in since Endgame to now, they don't have like really that
Phase 4 has been kind of like hit or miss.
Yeah. Phase 4 and 5. I wouldn't be I personally wouldn't be mad if they say, you know what, this is its own movie. Maybe 2 or 3 people are from the MCU. Everything else, it's already there. Man, if they started the movie just being in Battle World without explanation, I'll be happy with it.
Which I'm happy with, like, they're going the Battle World, because I mean in the comics, like, there was an X-Men 97 or like X-Men 92 section of Battle World.
Like if you can make it good, you don't have to connect it to whatever happened before.
Well, and also like I honestly,
like X-Men Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's pretty much its own movie. It probably will never connect to the MCU unless they really wanted to.
Just through the Loki and the TVA stuff.
Exactly. But you still left it open to just continue on your own.
Well, they confirmed, if you watched it, like the way that they talked about the actual what number the universes are and stuff in that Deadpool Wolverine, that is the same canon universe as the Fox X-Men movies.
Okay.
They confirmed that the numbers match up. So they're saying from this point on, Deadpool and that new Wolverine variant live in the X-Men timeline universe, the Fox X-Men universe. And that's what we're going to see in Doomsday and stuff.
Now, and they're dork talk.
As we look at this room.
So what timeline would that be? Is it still the same timeline from the McAvoy, Professor X?
Technically.
And the death of Logan?
1 hour later.
Is that still the same
one?
The
death of Logan is still canon. That happens in the future.
No, because that was a different timeline, remember?
No, it's not. It's the same timeline.
No, because he grabbed the... No, because he jumped to a different timeline to go dig out the bones.
At the end of the movie is a variant from another universe, another timeline.
Yes.
And he comes into the main one, which is the one where Logan eventually dies.
So he's already dead in that one.
Technically, there's 2 Wolverines.
At the moment, in that timeline.
Yes. Technically, there's 2.
2 hours later.
Okay, that makes
because if you actually look at it from a whole X-Men Fox universe, this is the timeline post Days of Futures Past. At the end of that movie, they reset the timeline.
Yes.
And it made Jean and Scott and all of them come back. They were alive. It basically made sure that everybody was like, fuck X-Men Last Stand. That 3rd movie sucks.
Mm-hmm.
They just basically act like they basically rewrote that movie. You know, where Phoenix went and killed everybody. And
yeah.
So basically, at the end of Days of Future Past, Wolverine comes back and he solved it. He fixed everything. And now he's in the present. And Jean and Scott and them are all back in the school.
Yeah. Now, is that the same Logan that dies in Logan?
That's the Logan that eventually dies in Logan, yes.
Okay. So, on Deadpool right now, how we're talking about 2023.
Yeah.
That's not the same Logan.
3 hours later.
No, is it? Wait.
The one this figure right here, this guy.
It's from a different timeline.
Yeah, that was the one where he let his whole X-Men team die.
Yeah.
And then Deadpool went and found him and brought him to this universe. And it restored the sacred timeline or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he became the new anchor being.
So like you're saying, right now, in that Deadpool universe, there's 2 Wolverines.
Yeah, there's technically that one, and then there's the one that's going to eventually die to be in the Logan movie.
Okay. So why didn't...
Yeah.
Now I'm confused, though. Because if there was already a Logan in his timeline, then why didn't he just told him, hey, don't die?
So the movie could happen.
Oh, my
God. That's easy. Because the whole point of that Paradox guy at the TVA was he was like, it's taken too long. I want to prune him early. So like if this one's going to die in a few hundred years because Logan dies, well, let's just do it now. It's more efficient.
Okay.
That's the whole point of his division. They went rogue and they were just basically like, oh, I don't want to spend the next 100 years watching these people eventually do this stuff. End it, move on. End it, move on. End it, move on. We're going to be efficient. They were like the WWE roster cuts of the MCU.
Hey, yeah, and okay, so like I say, I like that. How they're doing now. Yeah. I think the MCU should be good. I really like the new Captain America movie. I'm not gonna lie. I liked it. I liked it.
It had flaws, but also that movie, like, I don't know. that movie felt like a Frankenstein movie because you could tell it had been re-edited so much.
Yeah.
And like
I can see the green screen.
Yes.
Didn't kill him when you had the chance at the White House. The way I see it, the Indian Ocean wasn't about starting a war. You wanted to destroy his legacy. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, because they have like the back facing opposite.
It reminded me of like watching wrestlers backstage watch people on the monitors.
Yeah.
And they have to basically like have it like this, where like the camera's here, and they're like watching it like this.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, yeah, that match is going good.
And Disney, you shouldn't be. You know you fucked up. You know you fucked up on that.
They fucked up the marketing because they made it all about Red Hulk, which is the entire spoiler of the movie.
They could have kept the spoiler. They could have.
So I honestly think the reason they did that is because William Hurt died. William Hurt was the original Thunderbird Ross for all the whole time. He died, and they subbed in Harrison Ford, and then I go, well, he's just gonna sell tickets because it's Harrison fucking Ford. So we should make all the marketing about him because he's all that. Once you put Harrison Ford, he's automatically a bigger star than Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
And I think they just doubled down on that's gonna sell tickets. It's Harrison Ford, it's Indiana Jones, and it's fucking Han Solo. An older demographic's just gonna come. And also, it's all people like Air Force One that want to see him be the president again. So it's like there's all this fucking built-in like audience for Harrison Ford that they're like, we'll just make the whole marketing about him. And so they spoiled the entire plot of the movie for Red Hulk, who's only in it for like what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, towards the end.
And it's also sell toys. It also sold a shitload of Marvel Legends figures.
And
like
apparently they cut a bunch of people out, like Seth Rollins.
Seth
Apparently
Rollins, yeah.
He was gonna be a character then. They just took out the whole
They even
thing.
changed the complete character of Giancarlo Esposito's the guy from
Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito is what his name is. Giancarlo is how you pronounce it. The guy that played Gus in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be I think he's Cobra Commander, and in the current one, and the one that actually came out of the theaters, he's Sidewinder. They changed his entire Cobra character.
Yeah,
because it was supposed to be leading to like a Serpent Society possible spinoff, and like he would be the head, and Seth Rollins and a couple others would be like the Serpent Society, the Cobra Society. And then because of reshoots,
the lizard people.
Yeah,
maybe they want to put out the lizard people yet.
Well, they're all. I always get confused because like it's the Serpent Society in Marvel.
And it's Cobra and G.I. Joe.
It's Cobra and G.I. Joe. And then in Invincible, they do a spoof because like the Cobra or the Serpent Society in Marvel has always been like D-list fucking like fodder villains. They're like the villain of the week people are always gonna make fun of or just like beat because they're based on snakes. They're all fucking snake themed.
Yeah.
So Invincible, they have the Lizard League, and those are like the equivalent of that they make fun of, which eventually beat the shit out of the fucking people in there. They do some graphic shit. But like that's like their joke.
Nice.
If you haven't watched it yet, you need to watch Invincible.
I think I watched the first season. I'll catch up.
It grows and it gets so good. I've read every single comic. It's the best story I've ever read as far as a comic, and that's
really
Marvel, DC, anything. It gets to a point where they've already announced they're going to do a live action series or movie of Invincible movies. I don't know how they're going to do it budget wise, because once you get to like halfway through the series, it kind of takes a turn, and it's not just superhero. It's like intergalactic. It's bigger on a scale that Endgame could ever even do.
Maybe the first ones, they're going to be like, the first season kind of grounded, see how much money they make. And then,
because like in the comics, it gets to a point where it's like intergalactic, like 200 people versus 200 people, like wars. Like we're talking like massive, like in-game style wars into space.
But you also talking about Amazon, MGM, and I mean that money pot is crazy.
Well, it's not when you consider that Invincible has a fifth of the budget of The Boys.
Cute.
What? I increase the density of the air. I've got all kinds of tricks.
Hey guys, this episode is not brought to you by a mobile game like Best Fiends. It's like Friends, but take out that R. What are they trying to say? The R's for like, is the R word? Is it an R word? Can we say R word? Can we hint at the word? Take out the R. Oh, fiends, friends. That's fucking retarded. And we're back with Unloading Meat and Mauricio Flores. Dude, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, man.
Dude,
it's always a pleasure.
Well, we can check you off that you've checked in after a year or two.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
Hopefully you come back sooner than this time.
Definitely, man. I mean, if people agree on or disagree with what we're saying, or you guys just want to talk about, hear us talk about some, dark shit.
Yeah.
We're here.
We'll see it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Whatever the people like. We'll
talk about whatever we want to talk about.
It's two guys just hanging out together.
And the way I look at it is, if you have a problem with anything we say, do better.
Yeah.
Like, try it. Try to do better.
And then it's all about feelings, not facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got depressing a little bit.
Oh no, it's all about feelings, not facts. I don't know anything. I'm just a comedian trying to survive.
Yeah. It's just dick and fart jokes and sometimes drama.
Yeah, exactly. We love everybody.
Yeah. Well, Mauricio Flores, where can everybody find you if they want to book you or they want to follow you on Instagram or anything like that?
Mauricio Flores 1213 on Instagram. I'm pretty sure I said it wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
You were trying to do like a Gmail.
You got my info. Facebook too. And that's it. I mean, I don't really use any other social media like that because I mean, everything is full of scammers and shit like that.
Well, guys, I will just say I've personally booked this man on roast battles and on comedy specials that I have on YouTube. You can watch them now. Mauricio, you're a funny motherfucker. You always draw. You always bring a crowd.
Yeah.
You're respectable. You're on time. You're worth the money anytime I book you. And guys, you want this guy on your card. You guys want this guy on your comedy show. Book him as much as you can. He's a great asset.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how people love me on actual crowds.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love me. They love me. The white people love me. White people, you're doing great.
Thanks. Well, on that note,
hey, don't forget to pay me too.
Well, on that note, before I go broke, my name is Jared Ralphie Allen. That's Mauricio Flores. This has been Unloading Meat. Peace, guys.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye. Have a great time.